That was my first experience of seeing someone who is actually, when she's bad, completely disabled. But then when she's good, which is short term, she's way worse than she is good. She looks absolutely fine. And so how do you support someone like her? She never really gets quite enough support because she doesn't look the part.
Wave medicine. I really enjoyed this. I thought that this was really intriguing and really interesting. And I liked that it was kind of like a follow-up to another documentary, which I think is great if you are watching a documentary about something and it's not the end of it. It's not like a, summation of a full entire story. It's nice to see the next kind of chapter, the next phase. And I think that this was great to kind of give people that had all seen the first one another dose or another hint of, where the story kind of continued after that. I also really just loved her approach to it, an approach to all of this of, I'm sick, I know my own body, things are not great, but I'm gonna keep pushing and not let things really get me down and keep trying different things, even if it's out of the box, even if it's crazy, whatever it is, I'm gonna do whatever I can to feel better in my own skin, in my own existence, but also to keep up this positive, affirming attitude that reached beyond just herself and her situation, which reached other people, which reached, the kids that she was tutoring and, the other people that she interacted with. And obviously she has a community and, her positivity, I think, is one of the things that they were all commenting on. But when you're faced with such adversity and you're faced with feeling so weak and so run down and, fighting like a true uphill battle when it comes to illness, especially of, this kind of nature, that not losing that positivity, not losing that optimism is incredible. And I think that that's the best legacy that she could have. And I think that this is a great way to show that. But I think that's the thing that kind of stuck with me the most, was her attitude throughout all of this.
This is an incredibly brave woman. And she's taken something so tragic, being allergic to almost literally everything except nature itself, the salt water, the beach, or she has to be so far from civilization. She's taken something that could be so tragic and turned it into a blessing, where she teaches surfing lessons, and she loves surfing. She's turned what could be a tragedy, and she could have let her life be something where she made herself a victim, but instead she learned how to adapt to it and make something of herself. Her story is really one of showing that anybody can make anything of themselves, and that something such as being allergic to everything shouldn't be something that holds you back. The cinematography in this is absolutely gorgeous. The music is very adaptive into this film. It really brings you into her story. It really all works together, and it gives that inspiration of hope that no matter what happens to someone in their life, no matter what is thrown their way, that there is always hope in the future, whether it's allergic to everything or a shark attack, which she had both, that you can still live another day and find something to do with your life, such as this remarkable woman.
This film is called Wave Medicine. This is an epic doc film. The pace was excellent. It took ample time to tell the story of Karin's life thus far. It was fascinating to hear the story narrated by her mom about Karin and how she experienced the allergies. Her mom went through lots of struggles, obviously, but loved nature so much, and this love was inherited by her brave daughter, Karin. The candid interviews of Karin and her friends and other experts were so interesting and honest. It was awesome to hear how Karin has found creative ways to deal with her ailments. So happy she has a lot of support. Gorgeous nature footage of the mountains and the sea. Great job.